I'm Jeannie with Salty's Dog Training, and I thought I'd give a long overdue update on Salty. He has just turned 1 year old, and basically we've had him about 10 months since we picked him up at 8 weeks. And it's been a really fun year of training, and it's definitely paid off. The last time I posted was probably when he was 10 months old, and he's really simmered down. I feel like I see the light at the end of this tunnel of training, because he's just turned out to be such a great family dog. And that's what, I hope for everybody who has a new dog or a rescue dog or a new, puppy that they're bringing into their house, that it is possible. So dogs go through these different phases, and the first phase you have to get them through is potty training, and that's always a challenge. And then you think, oh, he's potty trained, and then 3 weeks later he's pooping and peeing in the house again. And that's totally natural, and it's normal, and it has to come down to our own patience about, they go through these different phases so quickly through the first year. So around 3 months, they're like a 3 or 4 year old toddler. And so they get busy, they forget, and what you taught them 2 weeks ago sometimes flies out the window. So you have to kind of think of it in that terms. When they're 6 months old, it's almost like they're a 6-year-old, 7-year-old kid, and they're starting to become more aware of their surroundings, maybe wandering off a little bit more, exploring, maybe getting into things, and your once perfect puppy is now turning into kind of a little devil. And that is totally natural, but you have to be consistent, and it is possible. You just have to be, consistent with consistent consequences that are gentle, and, learn how to communicate with your dog in a dog's way, which is the method I teach with my dog training business. So Salty's gone through all these phases, and now he's about 1, and he's about a 14-year-old kid. So it's adolescent time. It's that puberty time for dogs, and so they're definitely he tests his boundaries. He just does, and I expect it, and I anticipate it, and I know that with consistent, go back to the basic training, he will understand that he can't get away with murder. So Salty, I did put him through some good canine good citizen testing to show that he can be a good dog, and the AKC has this gold standard called the Canine Good Citizen, where it's the gold standard for responsible dog owners and well-behaved dogs. And it was just fun because I wanted to test all the training abilities that I've done with him, and basically show that, yep, I'm on the right track. So he passed, and that was really fun. He had to behave around a stranger, let a stranger, meet and greet him and touch him, and meet and greet a strange dog, all under control, which is like, oh my gosh, he will listen. And so I felt that was a big milestone for him and me. We take him everywhere, which is great. He's great in the car. He's great. We take him on vacation. We've done some boat trips with him. He loves the boat. He loves to swim. And swimming and jumping off the boat is a little mayhem because he loves it so much. And for all you doodle people out there, I've learned a ton about grooming. Grooming on these doodles is no joke. The matting that you deal with is something I wasn't really anticipating as much. It's getting better. I learned a lot from on the Facebook group Doodles United. They have so many great grooming techniques, and I think the girl who runs it is a groomer herself, so she posts all her favorite tools. And so we have to groom, almost daily or every other day to keep his knots out. If you want to keep a doodle's hair long, you really have to comb them out. And so I've learned all these things, but I trade grooming for vacuuming, and so I love it. I love other dogs. My other dogs were hairy monsters, and hair was my life. But so this is a whole new ball game. So he's been really good to take everywhere. I take him to my office 2 or 3 days a week. He goes to doggy daycare once a week so he can play with his friends and get his wiggles out. He's a very energetic dog. He's not a submissive dog, so it's been a challenge because he's more of a dominant dog. when I take him to the dog park, he's top dog, which is not anything I expected he would have been, but he is, and it's kind of like, wow. So, but he likes to run, and I guess that's the poodle in him, because I didn't think a sheepdog would be a running partner, but I can take him running. So it's like, wow, he wants to go running. So running is kind of his thing. He's a big, you know, athletic dog. And maybe over time he'll, you know, he won't want to so much. He is getting bigger and more filled out. But come here, Salty. Come here. Come here. Come here. He's watching the birds or something. Come here. Come over here. Can you give me a hug? Can you give me a hug? Give me a hug. Yes, give me a hug. Give me a hug. You're gonna show him your face, Furfa. Look at this big guy. So I invited him into my space. I don't let him jump on me willy-nilly. He has to be invited, and he knows that. Look at this big fluffy muffin. Oh my goodness. Salty, turn around and show him your big fluffy face. But he is a lover. He loves, the kids love him. He does great with the kids. He's as hyper as they are sometimes, which gets crazy in the house, but we all deal with it. That's the fun of having a puppy, and a puppy is not a puppy for very long, right, buddy? So I've enjoyed every step of the way, because look at him, now he's a big dog. Are you a top dog? I think he thinks he is. But if you're struggling with any behavioral issues with your dog, you know, it's definitely something that can be helped. Nobody's perfect. Nobody has a perfect dog, and I have a dog training method that I teach that works wonders, and the whole family participates, which is key. Everybody has to be on the same page, and in our house we do it to the best of our ability, and we have a great, well-mannered dog. You know, we don't want a dog greeting people at the door, jumping and going crazy on strangers, because, you know, while we don't mind it, if we don't mind them jumping on us, we can't expect that they're not going to jump on somebody else. So that was one of my, dog cannot do that in my house, because not everybody who comes through my door is a dog lover. Not many people, but, you know, there's going to be that person. So anyway, he's doing good. He definitely knows that he's a dog. It's important that your dog knows that, understands that you treat them like a dog, not a human. We definitely know that they are part of our family. They are one of our family members, but if we treat them like humans, that's where things go sour, and they think that they have to control the house like the humans do. And so once you have an understanding and communicate to your dog that that's not the case, things are so much better. Your dog is going to just be its silly dog self, and learn how to relax and calm down and not worry about things around the house. So that's where behavioral issues come in, but definitely can be changed. It doesn't change overnight. Training with dogs that already have behavioral problems takes time. They don't develop these things, you know, overnight. So it's something that you have to be consistent about, and as they go through their phases, you just have to go back to the basics and show them, hey, look, nope, this is not how to behave, and I know how to communicate to you. So that's one of the things I teach in my dog training, and it is working great. I'm helping a ton of dogs and their families how to get along and have less, you know, problems, because you do want to take your dog places and be proud of your dog and say, hey, I can walk my dog on a leash now. That's a big deal. It's not attacking other dogs or growling at people. You know, it basically, you know, they simmer down when they know that there's leadership in the house. And so yeah, if you're having any issues, or if you're just getting a new puppy and you want to get off on the right foot and not have these behavioral issues down the road, and I think that's what's helped Salty be such a great dog, is that we started super early. But if you rescued a dog out of the shelter and they already are anxiety driven and all that, it definitely can still be helped. They just, you know, once they understand who's going to take care of them and they don't have to take care of you, everything is better. So who doesn't want living with their dog life easier and better? I don't know anybody who doesn't. So anyway, that's the update on Salty. Salty, you need to come over here.